Okay, boys and girls, when you paint your rock today, we're going to be using something called acrylic paint, and that's in your paint tray right here. Please be very careful because acrylic paint is not washable, so it is very thick paint that will stick to this rock and not wash off. You need to wear a smock today and make sure you have a placemat underneath your tray. So when I paint my rock today, I should have this one square thick brush. I have my rock and I have a paper plate. Your rock has to be on top of the paper plate today. You can choose one of the colors in the paint tray or you can mix a color. If you're going to mix a color, do not mix in your paint tray. That's not what it's for. Your paper plate is for mixing in different areas. So what I'm going to start by doing is put my name on the plate with a pencil or marker. And then I'm going to choose my color. So let's just imagine I want to mix a color. Let's just say I want to mix this dark blue with maybe some yellow. So I'm going to take a little scoop of that and put it on my tray here. And then I need to take this paint and wash it off. So I'm going to dip, dip, dip. And I'm going to scrub this paint on the sponge. I'm going to check to see if it's all off. It looks like there's still a little bit more, so dip one more time. Scrub on the sponge. And then I can take a little bit more paint once my paintbrush is clean and dry. So I'm going to take this yellow now, mix it in and see how it looks. Oh, I just made a little mistake. That color was actually purple and not blue. And when I mix two complementary colors like purple and blue, it makes kind of a grayish brown. So I really don't like that. I think I'm going to wash my brush and try this again. I can use the other side of the sponge. And if your sponge gets too dirty, then grab a new sponge and put this sponge in the dirty bin. I think I'm going to take this blue this time and mix a new color. So maybe I'll take that a little bit. I don't need more than the size of a quarter. Wash all that blue away. Make sure I have nothing left on my paintbrush with the blue, because if I put that blue right into that yellow, it's going to make green, so I don't want that. I want to keep this yellow fresh. So I'm going to take some yellow now, dab on the side so it's not dripping everywhere, mix it up. Ooh, I kind of like that lime green color. So I think I'm going to use this color. Once it's mixed up all the way, I don't see any more blue or yellow. I just see the green that I want. Back and forth, get all the paint off my brush. Then I can use this to paint my rock. So when I paint my rock, I can hold it or leave it on my plate, but I'm going to want to put a few coats of paint in each of the spots because the rock has these tiny little, kind of like little indents on it, little texture. So I kind of want to dab my brush and get it in those little spots, those holes. Now my goal is to cover my whole rock. If for some reason you wanted to do kind of like a color pattern, you could do that, but I think I'm just going to paint my whole rock one color. So make sure you get all the sides, the top and the bottom. Once you've got everything, you're going to leave it on your paper plate to dry. And then once it's dry, we can add some details with our skinny markers or our paint markers. So just make sure you've got all the spots here. Your hands are gonna probably get a little bit messy, that's okay. Once I feel like I've got all the spots covered pretty well, just give it one more little coat around, nice and smooth. Then if you have paint on your hand, go to the sink, get a wet rag, wipe your hand off. You need to put your brush in the dirty bin by the sink. So the dirty bin by the sink looks like this. It says dirty brushes. You want to put your brush face down into the water that will be in here so your brush can soak and get clean. Your paper plate, we're going to put these in an area on the floor to dry, and then you can leave your tray for your friends or put it back if everyone's done.